الآن برجع أرسل تنبيه للتلاميذ.
يلا ما مشكلة. Okay, guys. Hello, first of all. I'm sorry for being late. We had some issues. We solved them. Okay, so we solved this one in the previous week, and now we are going to solve number 13. Okay, so for this number, we have two ways of thinking. Both are correct for the answer, but of course, we have to understand them clearly. Okay, so first of all, we are dealing here with the shortest path from A town to C town runs through B town. So of course, always shortest distance between two lines is the straight line joining the points. So if I'm here from A town to C town, I must run through B town. Let me draw it, and then we can think about it. Now, walking on this path from A town to C town, we would first find the sign, this sign on the left. And later we would find the sign shown on the right. What distance was written on the broken sign? So they need to find this distance. Okay, so first of all, we can think about it. If I walked, I found that A is 3 kilometers behind. So let me say maybe here, but B is 1 kilometer left. So of course I'm between A and B. I did 3 kilometers and is left for me 1 kilometer. And of course, to reach C, I have 9 kilometers from this sign. So I'm going to put here the 9 meters. So before going on to the next one, let me guess here. I have 9 meters and I will pass by B after 1 kilometer. So of course, from B to C, I'm dealing with 9 minus 1, which is 8 meters. Okay, so clearly I can see that there is 8 meters between B and C. After a while, I will see that A is 6 kilometers front. So I reached C and go back to A. So I still have 6 meters. And C is also 6 kilometers back. Sorry, not meters, kilometers. We are working on kilometers. And C 6 kilometers back. So I walked 6 kilometers out of C. Of course, it's smaller than 8, so the distance will not reach B yet. So it will be 6 kilometers, this one. And I still have 6 kilometers to reach A. Also 6 kilometers. Now, how much do I have to be? Simply, if you can see, it's 8 kilometers and I walked 6 kilometers. What's remaining between my position, my next position, and B is simply 2 kilometers, okay? So simply I can put here 2 kilometers, but I know it's hard for you, so I'm going to replace everything with different colors. So let us redraw everything. Okay, from A to C, I must go through B. Here, first position, let me stick on another color, so red. Okay, so we are going to use red. From A to my position, I walked 3 kilometers and I'm left with 1 kilometer to reach B. And then from B to C, I don't know the distance from B to C yet, but I know from here, from my position here to C, I have 9 kilometers. So of course, it's a 9 here. Let me check. Okay. Hello, Nawaf. Nawaf, can you join me, please?
Hello.
How are you? I need your help, please. Okay, so let's continue. We explained that from the first sign, we walked 3 kilometers from A. So A is behind 3 kilometers. And to B, I have 1 kilometer. So of course, I'm between A and B. And to C, I have 9 kilometers. So obvious, I have 8 kilometers between B and C. Because I still have 1 kilometer to reach B and the rest to reach C, and all of them is 9, so 9 minus 1 is 8. Now, for the next sign, I'm going to choose another color, second yellow. Okay, so when I went back from C to A, I still have 6 kilometers to reach A. So 3, 1, 4, 5, 6. Let me say I'm here. I have 6 kilometers to reach A. And I already walked 6 kilometers far from C. First of all, we know that from B to C we have 8 kilometers. I walked 6 kilometers. How many kilometers left to reach B? We can simply 8 minus 2, 8 minus 6 is 2. So we still have 2 kilometers to reach B. Or of course you can see that I have 6 kilometers to A, and from A to B I have 4 kilometers, so 2 are left. Also, we're going to, let me see if we have 2 in our choice. Yes. So the answer is B. Okay, this one is from the hard questions. It depends on understanding the idea. Maybe it's not clear here that we went from A to C and then from C to A, but of course we can use different ways. One way I use is a U-turn, but it's a hard one. So I suppose that B is here, A is here, and C is here. And I calculated the same thing. So the signs were going behind and going back, but it's a hard one. So I prefer to stick on this way of thinking. And please, if anyone got a question, please inbox me, I can help. Okay, so this one is nice. Nawaf, do you want to help in this one? Okay, so I have an isosceles triangle has a side of length 20 centimeter. Okay, first of all, let me draw isosceles triangle, maybe like this. So I have a side of length 20 centimeter. I don't know if it's up or down yet. I need to continue the given. Of the other two sides, length one is equal to 2/5 of the other. So of course, I'm talking about a measure of a side and 2/5 of it. So of course, non-equal sides. And in an isosceles triangle, I have two equal sides. So of course, one of them will be the equal side and one will be different. So I'm going to stick on 20 is fixed here. And in case dealing with unknown, I don't have the value. So simply use the letter X. Okay, unknown. I don't know anything about it. So one of them is X. One of them is 2/5 of the other. So this one, the other, I'm talking about 2/5, the value of it, which is also X. So the real question is X here or here? Let me try it. So now we are dealing with two cases. First case is, in both cases, 20 is fixed up, and I have a congruent length side. Let me write it with yellow. One time I'm going to try X, and one time I'm going to try 2/5 X. So in this case, of course, if we are dealing with X, so we are left with 2/5 X. And here, if I'm dealing with 2/5 X, I'm left with X. So I have two cases. We are going to try them both. So let's change the color to make color clear. Okay, this one. So if 20 is equal to X, so X of course is equal to 20. We all know that. So we are talking about this length will be 20. And the one down is, let's put instead of X 20, so 20/5, I'm left with 4. 4 multiplied with 2, I'm left with 8. The question is, which of the following values is the perimeter of this triangle? Okay, so the perimeter, we're going simply to add the values. So 20 plus 20 plus 8, we're going to have 48 centimeters. So this one. Let's try the second case also. I have that these two sides are congruent, so of course they are equal in length. We're going to solve a small linear equation. 20 is equal to 2/5 x. And in order to solve it, we can solve it in many ways. One of them is the cross product. You can raise the 5 up and lower down the 2, or you can multiply with the inverse with the reciprocal of 2/5 with this fraction. So let's multiply both sides with the reciprocal, which is 5/2. on both sides. So of course, a number multiplied with its reciprocal, the product is equal to 1x, so of course it's x, and 20 times 5 over 2, let's divide it first by 2, so it's 10, multiplied by 5, it's 50. So x is equal to 50, x is equal to 20. If x is equal to 50, of course, this quantity is equal to 20, and this quantity is equal to 50. Now, if I add them, of course, 20 plus 20 is 40, plus 50 is 90, so yes, D. So I can remove the rest choices. Now it's B or D. 50% this one will be right, 50% this one will be right, but of course we did all this work. We must know the right one because we did a lot of work. Okay, so first of all, I have a triangle. All of you took it in grade 9, the conditions for a triangle. In order to obtain a triangle, the sum of any two sides in a triangle must be greater than the third side. So, in other words, this one is 20, this one is 8. So 20 plus 8 should be greater than 28. And the greater than, not greater than or equal, because if they are equal, then we are dealing with a straight line, not a triangle. Now, 28 is, of course, greater than, 20, third one. So 20 plus 8 greater than 20. This condition is right. We must do it for 3 different cases. So I have 20 plus 8 greater than 20, and this 20 plus 8 greater than 20. In this case, isosceles, we're going only to apply it to 2 cases. 20 plus 20, is it greater than 8? Yes, of course. So we are fine in this case. Of course, you can stick on this choice, but I prefer, if you have time, try the other one. So I have 20 plus 20. It should be greater than 50. 20 plus 20 is greater than 50. Of course, we are wrong. It's not our case. 40 is never greater than 50. So we're going to stick on this choice, which is 20 plus 20 plus 8 is equal to 48. Okay, guys, so I can repeat it fast for you all. First of all, we want to find the perimeter, of course, of an isosceles triangle. We have a fixed side 20, we have another side, we don't know the measure of it, and we have one is 2 over 5 the length of the previous side. So, of course, I prefer to use the unknown x and a whatever. And then you are going to denote them. So one of them is equal to x and the other is equal to 2 over 5 of x. Okay, so which one is x? Which one is 2 over 5x? I have two choices, so we made two cases. First of all, we suppose that the up one is x, which is congruent to 20, so x is equal to 20. And then the other case, I suppose that 20 is equal to 2 over 5x, not 2x. So we solved this one. We found the value of x, so we can find this value, which is 50. We could we solve it a linear equation. And here, of course, the same we did. We found that Now we have 8, and here down we have 50. Then we used our knowledge in triangles. In order to obtain a triangle, we must find the property. So the property says the following. I have the sum of any two sides in triangle. The sum must be greater than the third side. So 20 plus 20 must be greater than 8. Yes, it's greater, obvious. 20 plus 8 must be greater than 20, obvious. And of course, 20 plus 8 greater than 20 because we are dealing with an isosceles triangle. So we have a repeated case. We wrote it down once. And it's right, so we can directly stick on this choice. The perimeter will be 20 plus 20 plus 8 equals to 48. And if we have time, we will double check that one. So it's 20, 20, and 50. 20 plus 20 should be greater than 50, which is wrong. So this is accepted and this one is rejected. Now we have this one. I love these problems. In each of the 9 cells of the figure shown, a number shall be written so that the sum of the 3 numbers on each diameter is 13. So this number plus this number plus this number equal to 13. And of course, these, all of them. And the sum of the 8 numbers on the circumference, okay, we're talking about these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so the sum of these 8 blocks is equal to 40. Which number must be written in the central cell? Okay, of course, we can try a lot of cases, but in mathematics, everything is easy. Okay, so first of all, I have 8 boxes. Of course, each one is related to the opposite because there's equation here. So let me denote them by unknowns. This one is X, this one is A, this one is Y. Okay, so X plus A plus Y, 3 unknowns in one equation. We're not going to solve it, so you must be relaxed. Okay, X plus A plus Y is equal to 13. Now, what I'm going to do is the following. Let's count them. I have one complete circle. So this one is a complete one. I have 2 from here to here. I have 3, and of course I have 4. It's obvious for me because we have 8 blocks and each one is related to the opposite one. So of course we are dealing with half of the quantity. So if you want to write them, we can write x1, y1. A is fixed, remember that. So this value is a fixed number, will never change. So x2 plus, let me put the y here because we are changing it, plus a is equal to 13, and so on. It's 4 times, so it's a system of 4 equations. This one for x3, y3, and this one for x4, y4. Now, let's find a relation here between x1, x2, x3, x4, and y1, y2, y3, y4. So if we can take a deep look here, we have a fixed and x1, y1. So x1 plus y1 plus a must be equal to 13. And this one is a fixed number. So x1 plus y1 should be mine equals to 13 minus a. I'm going to subtract from both sides with a. So I'm dealing with x1 plus y1 is equal to 13 minus a. x2 y2 is equal also to 13 minus a, x3 y3. So all of them, this one plus this one is equal to this one plus this one, and equal to this one plus this one, equal to this one plus this one. So of course, how many x1 y1 or x2 y2 do I have? It's clear. We said that before. We have 4 cases. So I'm dealing with 4 multiplied with x1 y1 plus y1, which is 13 minus a. We can replace it. So 4 multiplied with 13 minus a, I'm talking about all of these should be equal to the sum of them. What is the sum? We should never forget. It's our second given. We only have 2 givens. So it's equal to 40. And of course, no need for a help in solving this linear equation. We will solve it fast. Of course, we have here 4. We need to divide both sides by 4. So we will be left with 13 minus a is equal to 40 divided by 4, which is 10. And of course, we have to subtract by 13 from both sides. So it's negative a equal to negative 3. And because we have a minus here and minus here, we're going to multiply with the negative 1. So a is equal to 3. Do we have 3? Yes, we have 1 here. So the answer is choice A. Okay, we will repeat it. This one is tricky, but I guess it's easy for you to understand. And sorry for choosing the hard problems today, but we must solve them. So I prefer to do them in the same order. So I'm working from 1 to 30 because now I can help. But later in the exam, I prefer to stick on the easy questions and then solve the hard ones. Now, I'm going to repeat it. We have 8 blocks here and we have a block in the middle. The block in the middle is fixed and these blocks are with different numbers. Okay, so it's equal to the sum of each diagonal is equal to 13 and the sum of the 8 blocks is equal to 40. So if you don't want to go through this, we can see it. The average of each block must be 40 divided by 8, which is 5. But of course, we are not going through this, but we can see it like this. So the average here is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so let me skip the solving technique, the math technique. We're going through easy math now. We can see it like this. So the average is 5 for each block. So it can be, if this one is 6, for example, this one must be 4 because the average is 5. We have to stay on 5. So each one is 5, the diagonal. So if this one average 5 and this one is average 5, so now we are dealing with 10. And this one, a is a constant, so plus a, it must be equal to the diagonal. So the sum of the diagonal is 13. And now also it's easy one. We can subtract 10 from both sides, so we'll be left with a equal to 3. Okay, so we solved that problem in 2 different ways. Not totally different, but one time we depend on these blocks, and one time we depend on these blocks. So one time we started with the 40 to get 13, and then 13, and one time we started with 13 and then we used 40. Okay, so in both cases, A is equal to 3, so the number in the middle is equal to 3. And please, if anyone got a question, please share with us so we can help. Okay, so this one is number 15. I'm going to mark it. Now for 16. Huda put a multiplication sign between the second and third digits of the number 2020 and noted that the resulting product 20 times 20 is a square number. Square number, of course, we can find the radicals. So 20 times 20, let me explain it first. She put a multiplication in the middle between the second and the third number. So we're dealing with 20 times 20, which is 20 over 2. This is what matters. Now, the question is, how many numbers between 2010 and 2099, including 2020, have the same property? Okay, so if they ask me without mentioning this one, including 2020, I will guess it's one direct. But of course, this one is for a reason. So there's a way for guessing the right answer. First of all, let's start by putting down the 2010 that we are going to start with. Okay, first of all, don't get confused. We know that the multiplication must be in the middle. And we are going to start with 2010, and the maximum value is 2099. So the fixed number is 20. And we have only 89 number between them. Okay, guys, it's only 3 minutes for each question. So, of course, we are not going to try each number alone if it's a square number or not. We need a full day. Okay, so first of all, let's decompose the 20. Always, when you are dealing with a square, this means square root. Square root, it's a decomposition. Let's decompose the numbers. So 20, we can divide it by 2. Let's guess the prime numbers. The result is 10. 10 can be also divided by 2. The result is 5. And of course, 5 is the prime number, so we can directly put 5 here, 1 here. So 2 twice, so 20 is equal to 2 power 2. You all know how to decompose number into prime factors. Multiplied by 5. Now, if two numbers are multiplied, so we're going to get a square. How can we do that? Let's change the color and focus on this. So let's try, for example, 10 to get the idea. 10, if we decompose 10, it's 2 multiplied by 5. So I have 2 power 3 if I multiply them, multiplied by 5 power 2. 2 power 3 is not a perfect square. So it will stick in the square root. It will never go out the square root. So this is not my case. I'm not going to try all numbers. I'm going simply to put the decomposition here without a number. So I'm going in the inverse way. I'm going from the result to the question. So here I have 2 2's, so I'm fine. Here I have 5, so I need 5. Now we are talking about multiple of 5 between 10 and 99. Okay, so the numbers are less, but of course they are a lot, so I'm not going to try them. Let's try, for example, if I put 1 and 1, what is the number? So 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, times 1 is 1, times 5 is 5. So, of course, 2000 multiplied by 0.5 is accepted. We will obtain from 20 times 5, 100. So it's 10 power 2. Yes, it's accepted, but it's out of our domain. It's smaller than our domain. So let's try something different. Let's try 2. I'm going to put 2 2's. So 2 times 1 is 2, times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20. So 20, 20. It's already in our domain, and they already gave this one for us. So now we found at least one. Let's move on. We're going to circle it because it's accepted. We have 5 and we have 3, 3, for example. Not only 1 3, guys. The reason why I put 2 3s because I need a square. So square, perfect square. So of course, if I have only 1 3, then all the number is stuck inside. No, I need 2. So 3 3, 10 10. I don't need only 1. The reason of that because I want to get rid from the radical to go out. So 3 multiplied by 1 is 3, multiplied by 3 is 9, multiplied by 5 is 45. So I have 2045. Great. We can move on also. This is our choice. Of course, if we multiply them, 45 multiplied by 2 is 90, and add the 0 is 900. The radical of 900 is clear for us. It's 30. 30 power 2 is 900. Okay, so it's clear for us. Let's move on. A lot of cases. Now, if you want, we can skip the prime factorization. We can do a number, not a prime number. 2, 3, let's check on the order. 4. 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. 4 multiplied by 4 is 16. I'm going to write them like this, okay. And 5 multiplied with 16, maybe it's out of our domain, but we're going to try it. 5 times 10 is 50, 5 times 6 is 30, so we're dealing with 80. So the answer will be 20, the fixed number, and 80, the variable. So is it in our domain? Yes, it's smaller than the maximum. So this one also is included. So now I found 3 of them. So I can take off A, I can take off B, and I will stick now on C. Let's try another number. 5, 5, 5, the same order. So 5 power 3. It's clear for us. 5 times 5 is 25, and then we're going to multiply that 5. 25 times 4 is equal to 100, plus 25 is 125. Now, if I'm dealing with 20, and then I want to insert the 125, it will be 1 here, 25. So, of course, we are dealing now with a higher one. It's out of our domain. So, we only have 3 cases. So, of course, this is our answer. Let's repeat it fast because of course all of you got confused concerning this. Okay, so the thing I did is the following. First of all, they told me that I have some years between 2010 and 2099. When I insert the multiplication operation between them, I'm going to have a square number. So, what is the method we are going to do? First of all, I have 2020. So, of course, at least I have one. And my choices are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I can never ever start with anyone except by finding the next one. Okay, let us start. So 2020 is a choice. 20 is fixed, as you can see, between 2010 and 2099. I have 20 fixed. And the next number, the 2 digits number, is varying between 10 and 99. Now, we're going to try them. First of all, to compose the 20. We found that 20 is equal to 2 power 2 times 5. So in order to complete a square number, we have to create a 5. Now, we are going to start with the result to get the number. So of course, we need 5. We're going to fix a 5, and we're going to try all the numbers, the small numbers, because of course, a big number will be out of our domain. Now, we have 5, 1, 1, for example. 1 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 5 is 5. So 2005. But it's smaller than our domain. So of course we are going to try another one. We tried here 5, 2, 2, which is 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, multiplied by 5 is 20. So 2020, they already gave it to us and we found this. So of course it's where the square numbers are above 2020. Now 2045. I'm going to explain how we found that. So we're done with the 2. Let's start with the 3. So 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Multiplied by 5 is 45. 2045 in our domain and perfect square. And 3 is done. We're going to 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Multiplied by 5 is 80. So it's 2080. Okay, also it's in our domain. Let's try the 5 after the 4. So 5 times 5, 25. Times 5, 125. No, we are out of the domain. We only need these 3 years. Okay, so our choice is C. Only 3 years in this domain for this property. Okay, and please, if anyone want to ask, please ask me, I can help. Now this one, from the figure, it's hard. But of course, we are going to try to solve it. So, 2 squares of different size are shown inside an equilateral triangle. One side of one of these squares lies on one of the sides of the triangle as shown. So, yes, it's obvious for me. This square lies on the line. Before going on and all the problem, let's translate the words. Equilateral triangle. This means each angle is of measure 60. So this one 60 degrees, this one also 60 degrees, and this one 60 degrees. Now, what is the size of the angle marked by the question mark? So they gave me that this one is 70. This one is a square. concerning a square, you know we have 4 right angles. And I want just to add a small remark. While solving the quiz, please, all of you, if you found a question like this, try to skip it to the end because it will take a lot of time. So these type of questions, skip it. It's not clear for us direct. We need to go deep to get to understand the idea. What is the size of the angle marked by the question mark? So I need to find this one. Let's change the color. Okay, I need to find this angle. So first of all, I know that this angle is also right. All of you, you know these properties. So this angle plus this angle is equal to 180. So, and this one is right. So of course this one will be equal to 90, which is right angle. I know that this angle is equal to 60. I know this angle is equal to 70. Now, what should I know? There is something missing in this case. Okay, so if I have this angle, I need to know this angle. I have this angle. All of you, we need to focus on triangle. We need to search for a triangle. If we can't find a triangle, simply create one. I extended a line. So I saw a triangle. Of course, there's a lot of different ways to solve it, but I realized that this one is the easiest one. So I found this triangle. The sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180. But this triangle is a special one. It's a right triangle. So of course, the sum of this angle that I need to find plus this angle is equal to 180. Let's put it down because I'll keep the exclamation mark. I'm going to call this angle exclamation mark. Plus this angle, the new angle, let's n because this is a new angle, is equal to 180. No, it's equal to 90. 180 is with the 90 degrees, but we got rid of it, so we are left only with 90. Now, in order to get this, I need to find this. But this is not a triangle. We can extend like this, but it will be hard for us because we must find this angle and this angle and this angle, so it will be confusing one. So let's focus on this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So of course I'm dealing with a polygon or a quadrilateral, a 4-shaped polygon. So first of all, if you forgot how to find if you don't know the sum of angles in a quadrilateral, simply use the rule. Okay, so you took it in grade 9, guys. N minus 2 multiplied with 180. N stands for the number of sides. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Replace the N with 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 multiplied by 180 is 360. So now I have 360. What angles do I know? First of all, these two angles are given. This one we concluded because the triangle is equilateral, quadrilateral triangle, and this one is given 70. But this one is obvious for us, it's 90 because the same line is extended. This one is 90, this one should be 90. So Let's find this one. I'm going to call it X. So 70 plus 60. Let's write down the whole equation we're going to solve. 70 plus 60 plus what's known 90. I have the 90. Let's put it down. And of course plus X. The sum of all angles is equal, you all know, 360. So it's simple, a linear equation. So of course 90 plus 60, 150 plus 70, 220. So we're going to subtract the 220 from both sides. Sorry, I skipped a step here. But I believe that all of you are ready for this, and this stuff you already took from 3 years ago. So 368 subtracted with minus 220, of course, we're going to be left with 140. So X is equal to 140. Now I can find this one. Let me change the color to make it clear. Okay, so this angle is equal to what? Let me call it A. So A plus X, we have the value of X, which is 140. Is simply equal to 180 because a straight line forms 180. Now we are going to subtract 140 from both sides. We're going to be left with A equals 180 minus 140, which is 40. Guys, I'm sorry, but we are not done yet. Just analyze the results you have. So I have now A is equal to 40. I have this one is equal to 90. I need to find this one. Of course, it's an easy one now. Let's go down. We have a space here. You know that A is equal to 40. And you know we have a right angle, which is 90. And we have the angle that we need to know. I'm going to denote it simply by question mark. It's equal to what? 3 angles in triangle. So you all know it. It's equal to 180. The sum of angles in any triangle is equal to 180. So now you can solve it. 90 plus 40 is equal to 130. Plus the question mark, the angle I must find, equal to 180. So of course, I'm going to subtract with 130 from both sides to be left with the question mark equal 180 minus 130, which is 50. Okay, let's go back for choices. Yes. We have 50, choice E. Okay, so I'm going to repeat fast everything we did here. First of all, it's given that this angle is equal to 70. And the triangle, the whole triangle is equilateral triangle. So of course, if the triangle is equilateral, so I got 3 congruent sides and 3 congruent angles. Now, let us focus on the angles because we need to find an angle and we have a given concerning angles. So the side will not matter here at all. So let's focus only on the angles. So I got 3 angles in triangle, each one is equal to 60. Now I'm going to focus on this one because it's near the given and near the question. Now I look down that I have this one, this angle is equal to 90, supplementary angles, and I have this one is equal to 90, but before that I created the line, I extended the line. So I have this angle and this angle, they are all on one straight line, but I don't have parallel lines, opposite parallel lines. So I don't have any property to work on. So in this case, I don't have a property. I don't have a triangle. I wanted to extend the triangle, extend the side so I can obtain a triangle. I did the following. I extended this line so I can obtain a triangle. This one is 90, this one I don't know, I need to find, and this one also is unknown. So we can put a question mark, we can name them x, y, doesn't matter. At least stick on your choice. So remember all the time the value of the unknown, or where is the unknown located. Now, in order to find this, the angle A, I need this angle because there's a relation between the two angles. The sum of them is equal to 180. Okay, now this angle is equal to how much? I have this angle, I have this angle, I have this angle also. So of course I can use what I know. Here we are dealing with a quadrilateral. Okay, it's not a parallelogram. It's not a shape that I know, but it's a quadrilateral. So the sum of angles of any quadrilateral is equal to 360 degrees. Now, if you don't remember that, of course, you are going to use the rule you know. N minus 2 multiplied with 180 is equal to the number of, to the sum of angles in the shape I have. Now, N stands for the number of sides, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. Let's replace the N with 4, which is 4 minus 2, 2 multiplied with 180. So 2 multiplied by 180 is equal to 360. So the sum of all angles is in this quadrilateral or any quadrilateral is equal to 360. Now I'm going simply to add the angle 70 plus 60 plus 90 plus the unknown, which is x. I gave it the name x, is equal, of course, to 360. And then you can solve it. It's a linear equation. This amount is equal to 220. This amount, 220 plus x equal 360. Of course, we're going to subtract from both sides 220. We are left with x equal 140. And then we moved on to find this angle A. A plus x is equal to 180. So, of course, it's equal to 40. And now I have that this one is equal to 40, this one is equal to 90, this one equals to what? We know that the sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180. So of course 90 plus 40 plus this angle equal 180. We solved that and we found that 130 plus this angle equal to 180. So we subtract 130 from both sides to obtain that it's equal to 50 degrees. Okay, I hope this one is clear for you all. It's a hard question, but we can solve it if we have time. Okay, thank you all and see you on the next lecture.